The hidden invitation. The universe had always watched Earth from the shadows, curious about its growing power. For decades, humans had explored space cautiously, building fleets, learning the stars, and quietly becoming stronger than anyone imagined. On a calm morning in the command center of Earth's main space fleet, a message arrived that made every officer freeze. The message was simple but chilling, a peace treaty invitation from the Galactic Coalition. The words were polite, formal, even friendly, but there was something strange about them. The treaty was signed by the largest and most powerful alien species known, ones humans had only seen in distant scans. Many believed they were peaceful. Others whispered that their kindness was a mask. Fleet Commander Nathan Reyes stood in front of the giant screen. His face was hard and thoughtful. He had studied every known species, every tactic, every hint of deception. Something about this invitation felt wrong. Yet the hope in the human leader's eyes was clear. They wanted peace. They wanted a future where Earth would not be attacked. "Sir," said Lieutenant Mara Lee, her voice steady but tense. "All signals indicate the treaty is genuine. Communications are encrypted, but the language shows no signs of aggression." Nathan shook his head. "That's exactly what they want us to believe. Peace, calm, safe, too safe." The room fell silent. Engineers, pilots, and officers all stared at the glowing message. Some were excited, imagining the end of conflicts, the glory of a peaceful first contact. Others, like Nathan, felt a knot of warning tighten in their stomachs. Meanwhile, news of the treaty spread to the public. Crowds cheered in city streets, children waved small flags, and politicians spoke of unity. Humanity had never felt so close to joining the greater galactic community. On Earth, it seemed like a celebration of trust. In space, the fleets quietly prepared. Unknown to the public, Nathan had already made a secret decision. They would accept the invitation, but they would arrive armed and ready. Hidden cargo ships carried advanced weapons, cloaked from alien sensors. Fleets that looked peaceful, from the outside were deadly machines underneath. Every ship had secret defenses, every pilot trained for sudden attacks. As the fleet gathered in orbit, anticipation mixed with unease. The vast ships gleamed under the sunlight, their metal hulls reflecting the blue of Earth below. Humans moved, with precision, checking weapons, running drills, and quietly hoping they would not need them. Among the crew was a young strategist, Lena Cross, who had studied alien behavior since she was a child. She walked through the corridors of the flagship, her mind racing. "Something feels off," she whispered to her friend, Engineer Jonas. "They want us to believe this piece, but I have never seen such perfect timing in their communication." Jonas nodded, tightening a panel on a weapons system. "Better to be ready than regret it, Lena. Commander Reyes trusts no one, and I trust him too." The journey to the alien station began. The fleet moved silently through the dark expanse, stars streaking past like ribbons. Each human pilot felt the tension, every officer scanning for anomalies, every sensor on high alert. The deeper they went into space, the more oppressive the quiet became. Suddenly, Lena noticed an irregular signal on the sensors. A small fleet appeared on the edge of detection, cloaked in shadow. She reported it immediately. Nathan leaned over the display, his eyes narrowing. "They are waiting," he said quietly. "Not for peace, for a trap." Despite the warning, humanity moved forward. Ships adjusted their formations, preparing for anything. Every crew member knew that once they entered the alien station, there would be no turning back. The treaty, they realized, was not just a message, it was a test. Hours passed. The station grew larger on the radar, a massive structure with towers reaching into space, glowing with alien energy. Its surface was sleek, almost inviting. Lights blinked in a pattern humans did not recognize, and the fleet slowed, careful, not to trigger any defenses. Nathan addressed the fleet. "Remember your training. We go in as ambassadors, but we are warriors if needed. Trust each other. Trust your instincts." The humans nodded. A quiet determination filled the air. They were walking into a trap, but they were not helpless. The weapons hidden on their ships were ready. The minds of their strategists, the courage of their pilots, and the discipline of their soldiers formed a shield stronger than any alien force could imagine. As the fleet approached the docking bay, the first hints of alien presence became visible. Figures moved behind reinforced glass, observing, calculating. The calm smile of the invitation no longer seemed friendly. Humanity had stepped onto the stage of the unknown. The trap was real, but so was their preparation. And so, with hearts pounding and weapons concealed, humans entered the alien station, ready to face whatever awaited them. The fate of Earth was about to collide with the cunning of the galaxy's most mysterious forces, and only courage and wit could keep them alive. The trap revealed the moment. The human fleet entered the docking bay of the alien station. An uneasy silence hung in the air. The station looked calm from the outside, its glowing towers reflecting off the blackness of space. But inside, hidden systems activated, and a cold metallic hum echoed through every corridor. Commander Nathan Reyes felt it immediately, a shift in energy he had only sensed once before in his career. The air crackled with danger. His instincts screamed that the welcome they expected was a lie. "Scanners are showing—" "Wait," said Lieutenant Mara Lee, her fingers flying over the console. "Energy spikes, shields activating, unknown weapons. Online." Before anyone could react, the bay doors slammed shut with a mechanical roar. The fleet was trapped. Alien drones, sleek and black, emerged from hidden ports, surrounding the human ships in seconds. Their design was unlike anything humans had seen. Sharp edges, glowing red sensors, and movements so fast they almost blurred. Every pilot tensed. "Hold positions, prepare weapons," Nathan shouted. "Stay calm, they want fear." Inside the station, alien figures observed through reinforced glass. Their expressions were unreadable, their technology advanced. They had anticipated every human maneuver. Every formation, every standard procedure had been accounted for. The peace treaty was never about negotiation. It was a lure. But humanity was not weak. Not yet. From the corner of the control room, young strategist Lena Cross noticed a pattern in the alien movements. "They are aggressive, yes," she said, pointing at the screen. "But they are predictable if we act fast. Their weapons cycle. Every 12 seconds, we can strike in that window." Nathan's eyes narrowed. "Good work, Lena. Alert all ships. Timing is our weapon now." Outside, the first wave of attacks began. Alien plasma bolts lit up the docking bay, hitting the edges of human ships. Sparks flew, hulls groaned under pressure, and alarms screamed through the fleet. Panic flickered in the eyes of some pilots, but it did not last. Every human had trained for this moment, and fear became focus. Jonas, the engineer, activated the hidden weapons. Missiles cloaked from alien sensors emerged from compartments humans had kept secret. The aliens froze, momentarily shocked at the unseen firepower. It was humanity's first real advantage, and they struck hard. Yet the station was massive. The alien fleet inside it was enormous. Every step forward felt like moving deeper into a web. Ships dodged, fired, and maneuvered with precision. But the aliens adapted quickly. One human ship, the Horizon, took a direct hit. Smoke poured from its engines and the crew struggled to stabilize it. Amid the chaos, Lena and Nathan coordinated a bold move. They would split the fleet into two groups, one as bait to draw alien fire, the other hidden behind the docking bay columns, ready to strike the alien flagship. "Every second counts," Nathan said through the comms. "Trust your instincts. Humanity's strength is our mind, not just our weapons." The humans moved with daring precision. Ships dodged walls, lasers narrowly missing their hulls. The aliens were fast, but humans were smarter in this arena. Every pilot pushed their limits, weaving through corridors and traps with a combination of courage and instinct. Suddenly, a hidden alien turret rotated toward Lena's group. Its weapon glowed ominously, ready to fire. She gave a quick command, and Jonas triggered an electromagnetic pulse, disabling the turret just in time. The shockwave rattled the station, shaking both humans and aliens. "This is only the beginning," Nathan said grimly, watching the screens. "We need to survive this trap. and turn it against them. As the humans regrouped in a small safe zone inside the station, the tension was electric. Every officer knew that their mission was no longer just survival. It was a test of ingenuity. The aliens believed they had trapped humanity completely. They had no idea humans had secrets, weapons, and minds capable of thinking beyond the obvious. In the control room, Lena traced alien patterns, realizing the station itself could be used against them. "If we can overload their energy grid," she said, "we might turn the entire system into a weapon for us." Nathan nodded. "Then that's what we do. Humanity may have walked into a trap, but the trap will not hold us. We adapt, we survive, we strike back." Outside, the docking bay hummed with energy, lights flickering across the walls as the alien fleet prepared for another wave. Inside, humans moved with calm determination, their minds sharper than any laser, their courage brighter than any plasma fire. The trap had been revealed, but humanity was far from defeated. In fact, this was the moment they began to show the galaxy why humans were never to be underestimated. The countdown to retaliation had begun. The counterstrike plan, the hidden safe zone inside the alien station, was quiet, but the silence was tense. The humans had survived the first wave, but every heartbeat reminded them of the trap they had walked into. Commander Nathan Reyes studied the displays, his face shadowed by the dim light of the control room. The fleet outside waited, ready, but trapped in corridors of alien metal that seemed to pulse with danger. "Damage reports?" Nathan asked, his voice calm but sharp. Lieutenant Mara Lee tapped the screens. "Minor hull breaches on 3 ships. 2 pilots are injured, but all systems are functional. Weapons hidden during the arrival are ready." Nathan's gaze shifted to Lena Cross, the young strategist whose mind had already spotted the alien patterns. "Lena, you said there was a weakness?" She nodded, pointing to the energy flow on the holographic display. "The aliens designed the station to be efficient. Energy flows through a main grid powering shields, weapons, even their drones. It's exposed in the central core. If we can overload it even partially, it could disable a section of the station, maybe enough to give us a real advantage." Nathan leaned in. "It's risky. If we fail, the entire fleet could be destroyed in seconds." "That's the point," Lena said quietly, eyes focused. "They don't expect humans to risk everything. That's how we beat them." Outside, alien drones patrolled in tight patterns. The humans watched every move. Communication signals were jammed in some sections, but Lena had devised a plan. Using small, cloaked ships to sneak through blind spots, they could plant energy disruptors in the central core. Timing was critical. 1 wrong second and the trap would snap shut, and the fleet would be annihilated. Nathan addressed the fleet. "We move in 2 waves. The first wave will distract and draw alien fire. The second will infiltrate the core. Precision, courage. Humanity depends on it." The first wave of ships slipped into the corridor, laser fire lighting the shadows. Aliens responded immediately, but the humans' hidden weapons struck back, catching them off guard. For the first time, a hint of confusion crossed the alien faces. They had expected blind compliance, not bold resistance. In the chaos, Lena's small team maneuvered through tight passages barely visible against the station's metallic walls. Every step was a gamble. 1 wrong move and their ship could be crushed, or worse, trigger the alien sensors. Suddenly, alarms blared. The aliens had detected part of the infiltration. Automated turrets powered up, plasma energy crackling through the halls. Lena's heart pounded. She took a deep breath, calculating the timing in seconds. "Now!" she shouted. The disruptors activated, sending a surge through the energy grid. A wave of sparks flew, lights flickered, and sections of the station went dark. Alien weapons faltered, shields dropped. Human ships that had seemed trapped now had a window of opportunity. "Strike!" Nathan commanded. The fleet moved with deadly precision. Lasers and missiles cutting through the corridors, exploiting every weakness Lena's team had uncovered. Even as the humans gained ground, suspense never left them. A massive alien cruiser appeared around. A corner, its weapons fully charged. Jonas, the engineer, whispered to his pilot, "We can't take them head-on. Use the blind spot near the energy junction. Trust Lena's plan." They dodged, slipped through the narrow corridor and hit the cruiser's core with cloaked missiles. Explosions rocked the station. Alien drones scattered, unable to recalibrate in time. Humanity was turning the trap against its makers, yet the aliens were clever. From observation decks, they coordinated countermeasures, isolating corridors and rerouting power. The humans realized the trap was not just physical, it was psychological. Fear, pressure, the feeling of inevitability. It was designed to break minds as much as bodies. Nathan gritted his teeth. "We adapt, we don't break." Minutes felt like hours. The station groaned under the strain of overloads and explosions. Humans pushed forward, clever maneuvers and improvisation becoming their true weapons. Every time the aliens tried to predict, humans did something unexpected. A feint, a sudden strike, a ship disappearing and reappearing in an unguarded corridor. Lena noticed the final pattern. "Commander, if we push one more wave through the central core, we can collapse the main corridor. It will split the station into isolated sections. They won't be able to coordinate, and we'll have the upper hand for the next attack." Nathan nodded. "Do it. Humanity doesn't wait for luck, we create it." The fleet surged, disruptors activating, sparks flew, sections of the station crumbled, aliens screamed orders, but communication lagged, machines failed, and the humans pressed forward with relentless courage. As Part 3 ended, the humans had survived the trap's first challenge. The station was damaged, the alien fleet confused, and humanity had proven that even in the most dangerous situation, they could adapt, fight, and turn a trap into an opportunity. But Nathan knew the final challenge was coming. The alien flagship remained, bigger, stronger, and fully operational. Humanity had survived, but survival was only the beginning. Humanity strikes back. The alien station trembled. Sparks rained from damaged corridors, and alarms blared across the docking bay. Humanity had survived the trap, but the real challenge had yet to come. The alien flagship awaited, a dark silhouette against the chaos, its weapons ready to annihilate anything daring enough to approach. Commander Nathan Reyes tightened his grip on the console. The fleet was battered but alive. Every pilot knew the stakes. Every mind was sharp. Every reflex honed to the edge. Humanity would not just survive, they would strike back. "Status?" Nathan asked. Lieutenant Mara Lee shook her head. "Shields are weakened across most sections. Weapons are still operational, but the flagship, it's fully powered. They're expecting us to hesitate." Nathan's eyes narrowed. "Then we give them no hesitation. Lena, your plan?" Lena Cross pointed to a three-dimensional map of the station and the flagship's position. "We split the fleet into 3 units. Unit 1 distracts the flagship, hitting all exposed weapons and drawing their focus. Unit 2 will infiltrate the central command corridor. Our disruptors from Part 3 can give us a small window to penetrate deeper. Unit 3, our secret, will attack from below, using the vent systems and cloaked fighters. They won't see us coming." Nathan exhaled, slowly. "All right, we move fast. Humanity does not wait for perfection. We create it. Remember, this is not a fight for survival alone. This is a statement. Humanity will not bow to traps, to fear, or to anyone who underestimates us." The fleet surged forward. Unit 1 engaged. First, drawing heavy fire. Alien turrets blazed, lasers streaking across the bay, but the humans' evasive maneuvers were flawless. One ship, the Iron Will, took a direct hit but managed to fire a counter-missile, detonating an alien drone fleet. In a fiery cascade, explosions painted the corridor in red and orange, and for the first time a glimmer of fear crossed the aliens' faces. Meanwhile, Unit 2 slipped through the central command corridor, disruptors in place. Lena's team coordinated each move, timing every action to the second. They reached the core control hub, and with a synchronized push, the disruptors activated again. Energy surged through the station, short-circuiting defenses, forcing alien officers to retreat. But the aliens were cunning. From hidden decks, they unleashed a massive countermeasure, a wave of energy pulses designed to crush any intruders. The corridors shook violently, ships teetered on the edge of collapse. Panic threatened, but humanity's discipline held firm. Nathan's voice cut through comms. Stay focused. Every second counts. Fear is their weapon. Don't give it power. Unit 3, the secret team, moved below through vent systems. Cloaked fighters slipped past unnoticed, entering the flagship's lower levels. Inside, small squads of humans infiltrated the control decks, planting disruptors and sabotaging alien systems. The flagship groaned under pressure as its engines flickered. Suddenly, an unexpected obstacle. A massive alien war machine, nearly the size of the station itself, emerged from a side dock. Its weapons glowed with deadly intent. It moved faster than any human ship could anticipate. The fleet froze for a heartbeat. "Don't panic," Nathan barked. "Focus on strategy, not size. Lena, any ideas?" Lena's eyes scanned the patterns of the war machine's movements. "It's fast, but it follows predictable cycles. Use their momentum against them." Using the alien machine's speed and weight, the fleet executed a daring maneuver. They lured it toward a weakened section of the station. At the last second, the cloaked fighters activated a series of explosives, collapsing the structure and trapping the war machine in a metal tomb. Sparks and debris rained as the massive threat was neutralized. The humans cheered quietly through the comms, but Nathan knew the battle was not over. The flagship, though shaken, remained operational. Every second counted, every decision mattered. Humanity's survival depended on courage, intelligence, and the willingness to risk everything. From the command deck, Lena identified the final opportunity. If we push through the main energy corridor now, we can disable the flagship entirely. One strike coordinated perfectly and the alien leadership loses command. Nathan nodded. Then we strike. Humanity does not retreat. We do not bow. We fight. We win. Or we die trying. But we will leave a mark that echoes through the galaxy. The fleet surged forward, weapons blazing, disruptors activated, every move precise. Alien defenses faltered, communication lagged, panic spread through their ranks. Humanity, trapped just moments ago, had turned the battlefield into a symphony of calculated strikes, courage, and ingenuity. As Part 4 ends, the humans had nearly reached their goal. The alien flagship's command systems flickered under human assault. The final confrontation loomed. Humanity had struck back, and the galaxy would soon remember the name of every human who dared to fight when all odds were against them. Humanity's final triumph, the alien flagship loomed like a black mountain in the void, its massive hull pulsing with alien energy. Nathan Reyes stood on the bridge of the lead ship, watching every movement. The station around them was collapsing, debris floating into the void like deadly meteors. Humanity had survived the trap, dismantled the war machines, and weakened the alien defenses. But the flagship remained a fortress, and the alien leadership still commanded. "Commander," Lena Cross said, her finger tracing the flickering energy grids on the display. "This is our last window. If we synchronize the fleet and our disruptors, we can shut down their entire command network. One strike. Everything else will fall apart." Nathan nodded, his voice calm but firm. "All units prepare for the final assault. Humanity moves as one. No hesitation." The fleet surged forward. Every pilot knew the stakes. This was not just survival. This was proving that humans, clever and courageous, could stand against the galaxy's deadliest forces. Suddenly, the flagship unleashed a massive energy pulse. It ripped through the void, disabling shields on several human ships. Explosions erupted as metal screamed against metal. But humanity did not falter. Jonas, the engineer aboard the Iron Will, shouted into comms, "We can reroute auxiliary power to shields. Hold steady." The fleet's movements became a symphony of precision. Ships weaved in and out of fire, each strike calculated, each evasive maneuver executed perfectly. Lena's team maneuvered cloaked disruptors into the heart of the flagship, invisible and deadly. Inside the flagship, alien officers realized their systems were failing. Panic spread. Orders became chaotic. Machines misfired. The humans audacious. Strategy had turned the alien confidence into confusion. Then came the unexpected. The flagship deployed a series of energy decoys. Small ships designed to mimic human attacks and lure them into traps. The fleet slowed for a heartbeat, analyzing patterns. Nathan's voice cut through the tension. Focus on the main grid. Ignore the distractions. Humanity sees the truth hidden beneath illusions. Lena nodded. One more push. Synchronize now. Disruptors activated. Energy surged through the alien systems. Alarms screamed, shields collapsed, weapon arrays short-circuited. The flagship shuddered violently as humans breached the inner corridors. From the bridge of the flagship, the alien commander screamed, in disbelief. Humans whom they had underestimated had turned their trap into their own weapon. Every ship, every fighter, every disruptor strike worked in perfect unison. Outside, the fleet pressed their advantage. The human ships fired relentlessly, exploiting every weakness exposed by Lena's strategy. Explosions tore through the flagship's hull. Alien drones fell like autumn leaves. For the first time, the flagship, the symbol of alien power, seemed vulnerable. Nathan watched as the final disruptor detonated inside the core chamber. Energy cascaded, systems failed, and the flagship's massive form trembled. Humanity had done the impossible. They had turned a trap into a battlefield of their own making. Now, Nathan shouted. Final strike! The fleet unleashed a coordinated volley of missiles and laser fire. The flagship erupted in a storm of fire and sparks, twisting metal and collapsing energy grids. Alien command faltered entirely. Humanity had won. The flagship drifted, powerless, a monument to human courage, ingenuity, and determination. For a moment, silence fell over the battlefield. Humans floated among debris, battered but victorious. Faces glowed with relief, exhaustion, and pride. They had walked into a trap, faced almost certain death, yet had not only survived, they had triumphed. Nathan looked at Lena. You were right. We don't wait for luck. We create it. Lena smiled faintly. And humanity never surrenders. As the last alien ship surrendered, and the fleet gathered together in the vast void, the humans realized the true meaning of their victory. They had not just defeated an enemy. They had proven that the galaxy could not predict, control, or contain humanity. Against every trap, every expectation, every threat, humans stood tall. They had walked into a trap, yes, but they had arrived, armed, united, and unstoppable. From the observation deck, Nathan whispered, Humanity has struck back. And in that moment, across the stars, a legend was born.